What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another week of the Plus Money Sports Betting Podcast. My name is Q. You can follow me on all socials at Bets by Q. And as always, this show is brought to you by Black Sheep Betting, where it is a dog's world. You will find two links in the description. One is for the VIP. That is where I post all of my official picks. It's built and designed for disciplined bettors who have a consistent unit size, who understand value, and who are chasing long-term profitability month over month. It is not a place for parlays or for lottery tickets, okay? It is a place where we say value trumps all. All right, the second link in the description, that is one for the free Discord chat. It is hosted by my guy Will from the Double Fault Tennis Podcast. It's a place to hang out, to share bets, talk sports, celebrate wins, cope with the losses. We're closing in on 1,000 members. Hopefully we'll be there by the end of the month. And the community just keeps growing. Come check it out. I'm usually in the tennis channel late at night or early in the morning, depending on the time of the year. Sweating matches with you guys, so check that out. If you're not able to get to the podcast in time or you don't want to do the VIP, come join the Discord. We would love to have you in there. Now, before we get into today's college basketball slate, first games of the year, we've got to talk about the ending to the World Series. The Toronto Blue Jays lose in heartbreaking fashion as they come up short in the ninth inning of Game 7. Absolute heartbreak. I mean, it doesn't get more painful than that. Especially, look, I'm not a true Blue Jays fan. I'm rooting for them. I was rooting for them, right? But, I mean, as a Bills fan, I can relate when it comes to coming up short. But, I mean, this team battled back from every single deficit. They played fearless all postseason, and they were sitting 6 outs away from a title, and it just slipped away. Miguel Rojas, Mickey Rowe, hits a game-tying home run in the ninth in his last ever at-bat in his career. Poetic fashion, right? Dan Mattingly is 6 outs away from his first ever World Series ring after a 42, 43, years in the sport. And the Blue Jays just fall off. They fall out. They come short. I mean, if you were holding on to that Blue Jays in 7 ticket that we placed a week and a half ago or whatever at plus 3-7, you felt the punch. I mean, almost 4-1 odds. We were right there. But if you were sharp enough to grab the Dodgers at plus 600 in the 8th inning, I mean, at least you found a way to hedge the pain, okay? It's not the ending that we wanted, but it's the ending that we got. And you've got to tip your cap to the Dodgers. I mean, congratulations, LA. What a series. Honestly, that might have been the most compelling World Series in the last 20 years. Definitely, I guess I'll just say this. The other leagues need to start taking notes. Baseball's playoff format is brutal, but it's brutally beautiful. Every pitch, every at-bat, every mistake, it means something. It's unlike anything else in sports that we see. It's the raw emotion behind it, and it's why we bet it. Because when you're right, it feels like magic, and when you're wrong, it feels like heartbreak. But that's why we love this. So, congratulations to the LA Dodgers, back-to-back champs. We'll see you next year in baseball season. Now it's time to move on because college basketball is finally back, and we're wasting no time finding the edges. Let's get into it. I've got 4 plays in total for you today. We'll end with the Monday Night Football game between the Cowboys and the Cardinals. But let's start here with Arizona versus Florida. The defending champs, the Florida Gators, open up the season as short favorites. But there are some real chemistry questions here that I have. They've got a brand new backcourt. Boogie Fland, who transferred from Arkansas, and then you have Xavier Lee, who came over from Princeton. Both talented, but neither have played a single minute together. That's a problem early in the year when rotations tend to be shaky, timing can be off. Now, their front court, still elite. They'll control the glass, no doubt, but the offense might take a few weeks to click in, and that's where Arizona comes in today. The Wildcats team, they might actually be better without Caleb Love. They've got more balance, more spacing, way less ego in the offense. Jaden Bradley, running point, gives them a little bit of stability. Anthony Delorso is back as a reliable shot maker. He shot over 41% from three last season. And Arizona is one of those more underrated rebounding teams in the country. They'll crash the boards, get second chances, and they're deeper than people probably think. This is a complete team in Arizona with tournament experience, facing a Florida group still trying to figure out who runs the offense. I'm going to take the 4 with Arizona. I think they're live to win this game outright, but I'll take the points. They're just the more ready team. Come the big dance, who knows how this plays out. But week 0, give me Arizona plus the points. I think this one's is playable down to like 2.5, okay? But I got plus 4. I think Arizona's live to win this game. Lock it in. Arizona on the spread. See you at the counter. Okay, second basketball game of the day. Florida Atlantic versus Boston College. Let's start with BC. This roster got gutted. They returned only 2 key contributors from last year, with 7 of their top 9 scorers gone. That's almost impossible to overcome. Donald Hand Jr., he is back and will run the show, but there's no proven secondary option for this team. The lack of shooting on this team is a glaring weak spot. They were already a bottom third offensive team in terms of efficiency last season, and now they're even thinner than they were then. FAU, on the other hand, they might be the quietest retool, not rebuild team in the country. They've added some sneaky international sides, brought in Kaden Carlisle, smart, composed guard who played Power 5 minutes, and they already ranked top 100 in offense efficiency last year. This is a team that knows who they are. They play patient. They move the ball. And they get to their spots. And they defend 40 minutes a game. Boston College is going to want to slow the pace down because they can't score in transition. FAU will happily oblige. This one does scream under to me, but with the better coached and more balanced team catching a point, I'll take FAU plus 1.5 here. Feels like a 65-62 type of game. It probably does go under the projected total of 149, but I'm going to pass on the total here. Give me FAU plus 1.5. Lock it in. I'll see you at the counter. Okay. Last college hoops game. This one is all about stability versus chaos. Villanova is an absolute mess right now. Kevin Willard steps in as the new head coach, and he's walking into a storm. Injuries up and down the roster. They've already said, hey, this team isn't going to be really ready in week 1. That's what he said at the podium. Okay? It's a new system, new faces, no defensive identity, and some of your top guys are hurt. Devin Askew is going to have to be the guy for Villanova. He averaged 19 points a game at Long Beach State last year, but that came on a team that played 0 defense. Now he's being asked to carry the load against a top 15 BYU offense. I don't think it's going to happen. BYU, on the other hand, they returned Richie Saunders, who averaged 16.5 a night while shooting 43% from 3. They also add AJ Dibansta, if I'm saying it right, one of the most exciting freshmen in the country. Strong, explosive, confident. This team spaces the floor. They attack the mismatches, and they move the ball like a machine. Villanova's biggest issue here is going to be stamina. They simply don't have the depth to keep up for 40 minutes. I think BYU probably pushes the pace early. They'll tire them out and then slow things down in a half court once they've built a lead, which is exactly why I love the spread here. BYU wins this one comfortably. Think something like 85-69, something like that. But we're going to have room to cover this 9 points. BYU minus 8.5. Lock it in. I will see you at the counter. Okay, now let's close out the football slate here. And let's talk about Monday Night Football between the Arizona Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. Cardinals are catching 3.5 points. That's exactly where I'm going with this one. This one has the makings of a trap line. The Dallas Cowboys, America's team, they're getting 90% of the bets across all major sports books. You've got a home favorite, a primetime spot, and a public darling. Usually that is when we need to fade the public. All right. Dallas has been a bad team on defense, like historically bad. They ranked dead last in EPA per play allowed. They've been torched for explosive plays time and time again through the air. They cannot tackle, and they're not generating pressure at all. Arizona comes in to this off a bye week and handing the offense to Jacoby Brissett, one of the best, if not the best, backup in football. He doesn't turn the ball over. He makes the right read. It's not flashy, but he does what he's supposed to do. Brissett has been efficient, nearly 300 yards a game, 4 touchdowns to 1 interception in his last 2 starts. And now he's got 2 full weeks of prep with Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride. I think that's going to be out to matter. And we got to be honest with ourselves here. The Cardinals team has been more competitive than anyone probably expected this year. They're disciplined. They protect the ball. And defensively, they actually outgrade this Dallas team. Sorry, I got my daughter over here bugging. But I guess, defensively, both of these defenses are very bad. The game probably soars over. But they're actually a better defensive team than Dallas statistically. 20th in EPA versus Dallas's 32nd, right? This line is inflated because of the star on the helmet. You flip the logos, and this is probably a pick'em. Plus, there is a strong historical system here. Road Dogs off back-to-back games with 0 or 1 turnover, covered nearly at a 60% rate. The Cardinals fit that exact trend, courtesy of VSiN. So give me Arizona plus 3.5. Sprinkle the money line if you're feeling aggressive, because I truly think that they can win this game outright. All right? Arizona Cardinals plus 3.5. Lock it in. I will see you at the counter. All right. Quick recap before I get back to daddy duties. Arizona plus 4. College hoops. FAU plus 1.5. College hoops. And BYU minus 8.5. College hoops. And of course, we've got the Arizona Cardinals plus 3.5 on Sunday Night Football. 4 plays to start off the week, 4 units in play. Good luck tonight. I'll be back tomorrow with more plus money plays from around the sports world. As always, my name is Q from Black Sheep Betting. Hope to see you in the free chat with Will from the Double Fault Tennis Podcast. And if you're serious about discipline, long-term profit, check out the VIP in the link in the description below. Appreciate you for tuning in. As always, I'll see you at